Okay, and what is your name?
M.Moodie.
Mitch, tell me about yourself.
I am a senior at Temple University. My major is construction management with a minor in accounting. My interest in construction management stems from my uncle and my grandfather. Growing up, my uncle and my grandfather were my role models and have had a major impact on my life. This motivated me as a child to pursue my desired major in construction management. As far as accounting goes, I felt that this would be a great complementary asset to better my skills as far as construction estimating goes. I hold a leadership position with my student organization, the National Society of Black Engineers. My position is the Pre-College Initiative Chair. My role is to motivate high school students, both intrinsically and intrinsically, to take an interest in engineering, not only for the high-paying jobs, but to make a difference in the world. Growing up in the inner city, I understand how important it is to have a positive role model in your life. This is why I chose the chair that I chose. With that being said, I feel that some of my strengths are time management and multitasking. Throughout my college career, balancing 40-hour plus work weeks with an 18 credit load while running my program has become a task. I believe this has trained me to organize my daily schedule as efficient as possible while working on multiple tasks at once. And I felt that these attributes could be utilized within your company.
So tell me about a significant accomplishment in your life, Mitch.
One of my biggest accomplishments, I would have to say, was in high school. I started my own business. Me being a sophomore in high school, I wasn't able to get a job because of my age, so I seen an opportunity to make a couple dollars while in school. I started selling candy, and the demand for candy in school was higher than I expected. Went from spending $150 a week to about $450 a week on candy, and in all, I probably made back about, I'd say, 75% of what I spent. So I was always turning a profit. This allowed me to build up my customer base. I basically was the only person in school selling candy at that time. So it was just, I was the main supplier at the school. From there, I was able to also find local retailers and work out special prices with them to get specialized items that the wholesalers didn't provide. And they would give it to me at a lower cost than they charged the public. So that definitely worked out in my favor. As far as that goes, the demand was so high that I wasn't able to reach the market or everybody that wanted candy at that point in time. So I had a couple of my friends who were in the same situation. I had about 3 or 4 workers. I sold them the candy that I bought at a lower price, so I would make a profit and they would also make a profit off it. This allowed me to move my inventory a lot faster than expected. After about a year doing this, I was probably grossing anywhere from $500 to $700 a week, which was great for a high school student, you know. It wasn't bad at all, and it was tax-free, so even better. I was able, throughout my high school career, from sophomore to senior year, save about $20,000. With that, when I got to college and learned about the stock market, when the recession happened, I was able to take advantage of that. I took $10,000 of that $20,000 that I had, invested in Bank of America when it hit its all-time low of $3.71. After about, I say, 8 months in March, that stock went from $3.71 up to $25 a share. I basically, like, the money that I invested, that initial $10,000 turned into $70,000. That was able for me to pay off 2 of my college loans that I had while in school. So I would have to say that was probably my biggest accomplishment from the business standpoint, from my sophomore year up until my junior year of college.
Okay, now tell me what you learned in class.
One thing that I learned in my human resource management class is about transformational leadership. Transformational leaders are emotionally and socially intelligent. and seek to inspire with vision. This type of leadership tends to foster passion and accountability in employees and create a resonant work environment. It ties together values, ethics, responsible use of power, and a leadership approach that can be very effective in terms of motivating employees. Within my program for high school students, I try to use transformational leadership to inspire my students. I want them to have the passion for engineering that I have without me being there. I want them to carry on that passion for engineering without having a person tell them that this is what you should do. I want them to gain that knowledge on their own and have that drive and that intrinsic motivation themselves. As far as being socially intelligent, one thing that I learned in my human resource management class is the Wall Street Journal. I feel like the Wall Street Journal has information from various sources that can be very helpful. For example, if I knew about the Wall Street Journal or knew what it had and the things I could take from there while entering the stock market, I'm sure that my research and my findings could have been made a lot more easier, just because they have news on the actual companies, current events, things that the companies are going through. And I just felt that the Wall Street Journal definitely is one tool that will have a leader become more socially aware about what's going on around them and certain events that can affect what the company goes through. I feel like this tool will help managers and transformational leaders make better decisions on their company based on the knowledge that they could obtain from the Wall Street Journal.